This is Japan Vlog Service. Hi YouTube, Michael Beckett here. So it's what day is it today? Thursday, the 23rd of April, which is St George's Day, if you're British. It's also Shakespeare's birthday, St George being the patron saint of England. So, a little bit of history, well, not history really, but curious facts about Britain. My mouth is drying up. Oh, what's I going to talk to you about today? Oh yes, Unrested. Made a really good video called it's one of his JFAC series called Why Do Foreigners Get Bitter About Japan, or something like that. I'll put a link below, it's worth watching. And this is, oh yeah, but I'm sure you noticed by now, much like Unrested themselves started using this as well. Fisheye, I remembered I had an app for it, so I just thought I'd have some fun with it. You know. Just look odd with me looking at yourself as you're recording, you know. Look at my big shiny face, look at it. But yeah, pretty cool. Actually, it's not just a gimmick. Sometimes it takes good landscape pictures, Fisheye, actually. Interesting pictures at least. But yes, Unrested, bitter in Japan. And there was a video about how, you know, there does seem to be that sometimes some Gaijin, some foreigners living in Japan, all of a sudden after a while, you know, sort of get a bit bitter, sort of. And it seems to be a combination of the root of it, I've felt, tends to be a concern about either social isolation or concern about one's own career. That after 20 years all one has done is teach English. Some people just don't like the sound of that. I don't know why, but I've not gone through that myself. But yeah. I want to focus though on the social isolation thing because it's easier for me because I've always been someone who prefers his own company, really. I know it's terrible to say, I'm just not a very sociable person, really. I much prefer not to speak, not to talk to people than talk to people, really. But of course, you know, it's not just about that, really, about why people get bitter about Japan, but specifically and this is something that Unrested brought up, if your complaint is that there's too much speaking of Japanese here, then it's time for you to leave Japan. If you can't get used to that, or at least combat it by either learning some Japanese or getting used to the fact that, yeah, sometimes you won't be able to communicate, then yeah, it's time to leave, or at least consider it. As I said, I'm lucky and I am quite happy, A, with my own company, and B, not to talk at all, really. If you know, I'm a philosophy lecturer. Much of my life is about speaking and writing about other people's ideas, and about, you know, or having to give my own opinion all the time, and having to make that opinion well expressed and well thought out. And it's not that I don't enjoy doing that, it's that, yeah, that is my work. So when I'm not done with work, I much prefer to say nothing at all. Just, yeah, read a book, watch television, watch a DVD, something like that. So it really doesn't bother me that I sometimes can't communicate, because I really don't want to. But yeah, if your complaint is that, you know, you can't watch television in Japanese, you can't communicate because it's in Japanese, you can't do X, Y, Z, yeah, come on. It's worth pointing out, for example, when it comes to television, that the BBC does not translate its news into Japanese. It's recently restarted the BBC World News Japan. They used to have something similar in 2005 and 6 called BBC Japan. But it became defunct because no one watched it. That wasn't just news, that was entertainment. But yeah, the main website of the BBC is not translated into Japanese. There's a Spanish equivalent, there's a Chinese equivalent, and some of the radio is actually broadcast in other languages like French and German as well. But it's not in Japanese. So, similarly, I wouldn't expect or demand any other programs on NHK other than just the two news programs, 7 PM and 9 PM, be translated into Japanese, really. Why? Why would you expect that? And actually, I told that to an NHK producer, NHK Barabara. It of course would be nice if they were, but I would not expect it. For one thing, it would be a real disincentive to learn Japanese if they were, and we really should. On that regard, actually, if NHK were to do anything, I'm a big fan of NHK World TV. Even when I'm in Japan, I watch it on the app. And you know, it's not just a news channel. They do actually translate documentaries and some other programs, but never dramas. And I do think that, given that your audience is going to be audience interested in Japan anyway, you know, translate the morning dramas and the tiger dramas and show it a bit. It'd be kind of fun. But that's it. But yeah, the main message is try not to be bitter about not being able to, you know, communicate. But if it's a real issue, yeah, you have to consider leaving. I know quite a few people who left after a year because, yeah, they just were exceptionally lonely, and you really can't do anything about that, really, other than be okay with it, or find some way to remedy it or get out. But anyway, that's me. It's been quite a long video, this, actually. I'll end with a sunset taken again from Fisheye. See ya. Bye.